you had a 2:23 on the board. What were you thinking when you rode in?
Well, I just wanted to have a very clean run. I knew Lloyd. I watched Lloyd's run, and he had a really great run. And I knew this was a very good set of cattle, different than the first set. And I just wanted to put a good run together and show my horse and see how it ended up. So we were very fortunate. It's a great honor to tie Lloyd. I think he's the best there is in the business, and it's an honor to tie him. And so, he's a masterful showman and does a great job. Wonderful horse. That's a wonderful horse that they have, and so it's just fortunate to tie.
Can you kind of take us through your run tonight?
Well, yes. I cut a black curly back cow with a dot of mud on her nose, and she was a good cow. A little soft, but it was a good way to start the run out. The second cow was a black horn cow. I knew that cow. My help was a little bit, they weren't off of her. They just said, go with your instinct. We were actually trying to cut a red mott, and she just went away. And so I cut the black horn cow that was clean, and she was a good cow. We got wide one time. We were a little wide on him, but the horse was hitting those stops and was really drawn in and dialed in. And then the third cow was a crazy brown cow. She was all that was left. We had 12, 15 seconds, whatever, and I just wanted to finish up. I threw my hand down. There was a yellow cow out there, too. I just thought, you know what, we're just going to throw it. We're just going to see what happens. So, we were very fortunate for it to come out the way it did. And it could have gone the other way, too. The yellow cow could have mothered up with the other one or the horse. So, it was our night to be fortunate, so.
You were saying this horse real dialed in and hard stopping. Yeah, kind of tell us what it feels like to ride.
Well, he's a very smooth horse, and I'd like him sometimes to be a little quicker out of the turns, but he's so calculating and he draws so much that he's kind of drawing himself up to get through there. Where I'd like him to maybe be a little quicker. He's calculating and drawing to go through there. So it's just. You do all the training, you do this and that with a horse, but it's learning what the horses show like compared to what they work like at home.
Yesterday, you and I were talking about this horse. This horse has a special story.
This horse was a gift from Corliss and Lewis Baldwin. I won the 2010 Super Stakes Classic. I tied with third cutting and Boyd Rice, and Lewis took me to breakfast the next morning at Rivercrest Country Club. We were sitting there, and he said, "Corliss and I want to give you an embryo." And we had an agreement that when she obtained a certain amount of money that we were going to get an embryo, and we hadn't gotten to that amount yet. And Lewis said, "This is in addition to this. This is a gift from us. When you reach that amount, you'll get an embryo, but this is in addition to that for winning the Super Stakes." So it was a true gift, and it's so special because for the Baldwins are just such special people.
I have to ask one question. The name "Don't Stop Believin'", is that from the song?
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a song. That Journey. They're a favorite of mine. We used to, when we go on houseboat trips with our friends several years ago. We'd play that song, and then but don't look twice. I was going to Sam's Club to get our food for pre-work, so "Don't Stop Believin'," and I said if we add a P to that, that'll work. So. That's how the name came from, and I thought, well, you know what? It works out, so.
Thank you very much.